Welcome to AI Bedtime Stories. Today's story is called Echoes in the Hall. In the quaint town of Green Hollow, the historic Whitmore Mansion stood as a silent witness to centuries of untold stories. Once a stately home filled with laughter and life, it had slowly fallen into disrepair, its stories becoming whispers of the past. But on Paranormal Day, a day celebrated by the curious and the brave, the mansion opened its doors to those who sought to connect with the supernatural. Alice, a pragmatic and no-nonsense journalist from the city, arrived in Green Hollow with the intent to debunk the myths surrounding Whitmore Mansion. Armed with her skepticism and a notepad, she was prepared to write a compelling exposé on the so-called paranormal activities reported within its walls. However, her plans took an unexpected turn when she met Jonathan, the mansion's caretaker and a firm believer in the supernatural. Jonathan, a descendant of the Whitmore family, had grown up with tales of unexplained phenomena, echoing footsteps, fleeting shadows, and the melancholic sound of a piano playing in the dead of night. Unlike Alice, he saw the mansion not as a subject of fear or ridicule but as a beacon of unresolved mysteries that deserved understanding and respect. As Paranormal Day unfolded, Alice and Jonathan ventured through the dimly lit corridors of the mansion, the air thick with dust and the weight of history. Their journey was meant to be a simple tour. However, it quickly escalated into a night of revelations that would test both their beliefs. The first incident occurred in the grand ballroom, where the faint sound of music whispered through the air. Alice, ever the skeptic, searched for logical explanations, a hidden speaker, perhaps, or the wind. But when the temperature dropped suddenly, and the room filled with the unmistakable scent of lilac, known to be Lady Whitmore's favorite perfume, Alice began to question her disbelief. Jonathan watched her reaction with quiet interest, having seen many scoffers soften when faced with the inexplicable. He led her next to the library, where the family's extensive collection of journals and letters were kept. It was here, amidst the leather-bound records of griefs and joys, that they encountered the unmistakable sound of pages turning, though not a breath of air stirred. The night grew deeper, and with each passing hour, Alice's skepticism waned, replaced by a growing sense of intrigue and unease. She listened, really listened, to Jonathan's stories of the mansion and his ancestors. The tales were no longer just fodder for ghost hunters but were threads in the fabric of his family's legacy. Their exploration culminated in the attic, where the Whitmores had reportedly held séances during the spiritualism craze of the 19th century. Here, in the shadowy confines of the attic, Alice and Jonathan experienced the most profound phenomenon yet: the full apparition of a woman, dressed in the garb of a bygone era, her expression sad and searching. Alice, her heart pounding, could no longer deny the reality of her experiences. The apparition vanished as suddenly as it had appeared, leaving a heavy silence in its wake. The encounter was a dramatic climax that neither could fully explain nor dismiss. As dawn broke over Green Hollow, Alice and Jonathan emerged from the mansion, forever changed by the night's events. Alice's article took on a new tone, not one of skepticism, but of wonder and an open plea for understanding the unknown. The story of their paranormal day at Whitmore Mansion circulated far and wide, inviting others to question their preconceptions and, perhaps, to listen a little more closely to the echoes in the hall.